So here I am. I'm going to visit an uncle of mine in a hospital in Manhattan. It's Sunday morning and I get there and I'm faced with the New York City Marathon. They're running across First Avenue and I wanted to cross the street and a police officer said, "You can't cross now." I said, "I have to visit my uncle in the hospital." "You can't cross now." The marathon was just starting. The lead runners were coming through. I said, "How long does this take?" He said, "A couple of hours." I said, "What if someone has to get across the street?" He said, "The only thing I can tell you is you got to run along with them." I said, "I have to what?" "Well, you can't cross, cutting them off, but if you kind of run along with them and change lanes, you can do it." Let me tell you something. The last thing in the world I thought I was going to do that day was run in the New York City Marathon with my bekasha and my hat. All I need is to wind up on YouTube with somebody there. So I put on my gartel. I said, "Rabbi Hashem, you want me to do this? I'm doing it." And I started to run, and I started like shifting lanes and running and running. I wasn't exactly in shape for this. And like 5 blocks later, I crossed the street till I got to the other side because I had to run on a diagonal, very short angle. And I had to march back. It was a hot day, and I walked upstairs, and I came into my uncle's room, and my uncle was laughing his head off. He was standing in the hallway looking down, and he saw the whole thing, and my son said he hadn't laughed in weeks. I said, "You know something? The Divine Shalom knows where we are. And because he knows where we are, that means that the nisyonos you have, you can deal with it." You know the story, this guy comes out by a party and says, "Listen, I want to make an exciting party. There's a crocodile in here. Whoever jumps into the pool and outswims the crocodile, $50,000 right here and now." Who's going to do it? All of a sudden, they hear a splash, and the crocodile's chasing him. Crocodile gets his cracks, gets his slacks. He makes it out on the other side. He says, "Great, here's the 50,000. What are you going to do with it?" He said, "I'm going to hire people to beat up that guy that pushed me in. That's what I'm going to do with it." L'havdil alpei alpayim adalas. The Rebbeinu Shalom didn't push us in, but he put us into this world. And he knows exactly where we are. And that's why to think for one moment that we can't deal with it, we can. There's certain aveiros that the Zohar says Teshuva doesn't help, especially when it comes to inyanim of Kedushas Yesod. But the Shlosh says there's a higher level of Teshuva, a much higher level of Teshuva that does work. Yeah, who could do that high level of Teshuva? Says the Satmar Rebbe in the Sefer Divrei Yoel, in this world, we are faced with such unbelievable tests and nisyonos. Any move we make to try to accept the fact, I know, Rabbi Hashem, you put me here, and I know I can do it. To believe in that and make a move in that direction, that is the highest level of Teshuva possible.